On March 25th of 2024, 61-year-old Letha Hall was working for Uber when she was sent to a home in South Charleston, Ohio to pick up a package. The home was that of 83-year-old William Brock, who had received multiple calls that morning from an unknown man threatening to kill his family if he didn't pay $12,000 to get Brock's nephew out of jail. The whole thing was a scam. Hall sat outside his home texting with the scammers for 30 minutes and saying she didn't think anyone was inside. The scammers, on the phone with Brock, tell him somebody is outside to pick up the money. This is the dash cam video of the interaction between the two.
Do not get up. Stop. Stop. Or I'll call 911. Stop. No, you're not leaving. Hi. No, you're not. You're not leaving in my home. Stop. Give me that phone. Stop. Give me it. Stop. Get in there. Help! 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 I'll shoot the other way. Help! Help! Come on, get out! Help! Stop! Yeah. I'm here to pick up a package. Yes, I know what you're after. You're after the... Help! Help! I'll shoot you in the head. Don't do that, please. Don't, sir. Please don't. Who do you work for? Over. It's right up there. You can see it. You can see it. You can look, sir. Please. Just look. Well, hold the property.
Hall was unaware she was part of the scam, and Brock, thinking she was in on it, shot her 4 times, ultimately killing her. He called 911 saying he shot a woman who was trying to rob him. Police found an envelope with $12,050 in cash and a note with black Acura driver Letha written in the bottom corner. He explains the situation to officers.
I'm sure glad to see you guys out here because I've been on this phone for a couple hours with this guy trying to save me. Had a nephew in jail and had a wreck in Charleston and just kept hanging on and needing on money.
Are you injured anywhere?
Just a little nick on the side there where she slammed the car door on me.
We didn't go inside your home.
Well, there's $12,000 of an envelope in there that I was supposed to take to Springfield. Got real nasty with threats and stuff. Yeah. For long enough for her to drive it out. And I said, well, where's she at? He said, well, she's at your house now to get the money. And if you don't give the money, she's going to kill you.
He was ultimately charged with murder, and here's the reading of the verdict.
Yes, we have.
All right, can you please pass the verdict forms to the board? Okay, in the Common Pleas Court of Clark County, Ohio, State of Ohio, plaintiff versus William Brock, defendant. Case number 24-CR-0278, verdict form count 1. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant, William Brock, guilty of the murder of Letha Hall, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 2903.02a, as set forth in count 1 of the indictment. We further find the defendant did have a firearm on or about his person or under his control while committing the offense and displayed it, brandished it, indicated that he possessed it or used it to facilitate the offense. This verdict form appears to be signed by all 12 members of the jury. Verdict form count 2. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant, William Brock, guilty of the felony murder of Letha Hall, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 2903.02b, as set forth in count 2 of the indictment. We further find the defendant did have a firearm on or about his person or under his control while committing the offense and displayed it, brandished it, indicated that he possessed it or used it to facilitate the offense. This verdict form appears to be signed by all 12 members of the jury. Verdict form count 3. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant, William Brock, guilty of felonious assault pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 2903.11a2, as set forth in count 3 of the indictment. We further find the defendant did have a firearm on or about his person or under his control while committing the offense and displayed it, brandished it, indicated that he possessed it or used it to facilitate the offense. This verdict form appears to be signed by all 12 members of the jury. Verdict form count 4. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant William Brock guilty of kidnapping pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Section 2905.01b, as set forth in count 4 of the indictment. We further find the defendant did have a firearm on or about his person or under his control while committing the offense, and displayed it, brandished it, indicated that he possessed it or used it to facilitate the offense. This verdict form appears to be signed by all 12 members of the jury. Verdict form count 5. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant William Brock guilty of the felony murder of Letha Hall pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Section 2903.02b, as set forth in count 5 of the indictment. We further find that the defendant did have a firearm on or about his person or under his control while committing the offense, and displayed it, brandished it, indicated that he possessed it or used it to facilitate the offense. This verdict form appears to be signed by all 12 members of the jury.
The jury found him guilty on all counts and only needed an hour and a half of deliberation to do so. He's 83, so any sentence he receives will be a life sentence. Here's his testimony in court. It's kind of long, but worth a listen to. You can see if you would have convicted him or not. I'm not sure I would have.
Is this your notepad that was in your house that morning?
Yes.
And really what's going to be important is what's on this side of the notepad, and the jury will have this back in the jury room so they can see it. But it's okay, Judge, if I sit here. I want to sort of go through the data that you had on this. On that morning, around 8:30 or so, did you receive a phone call?
Yes.
And who was the phone call that you believe the phone call was from?
A man called named Joseph Cohen as a lawyer for my grandson Matt.
And how did he introduce himself, and what did he tell you?
He told me that my grandson, the lawyer told me that my grandson had been in an accident in South Charleston, and that he was representing him.
Did he describe the accident?
Said it was at the corner of Mound Street and State Route 41 in South Charleston. There was a car pulled out of Shoemaker's IGA grocery store right across from the bank. And that was arrested. Needed bond money of $24,000.
Did anyone die during that accident?
There was a woman that was supposed to be pregnant, and she was injured, and I never seen or heard anything back.
And did Matt say that he was in his, did Joe say that he was in his car or his truck, or did you give me explanation that way?
Yes, Joe and I talked, and Matt was driving his semi going south on State Route 41.
And you mentioned a bank and another store. Do those stores really exist?
Yes, they do.
And so Joe's description of the area where this happened was, you could visualize it because you had seen that Shoemaker's and that bank before.
Yes, sir.
And that was in South Charleston or another place?
South Charleston, Ohio.
The first call, as we know from records, lasted 20 or 30 minutes or so, and the jury will have all that. During that call, what information did he he give you? And what information did you write down?
Judge Cohen gave me his full name, Judge Dent would be hearing the case. Matt was the only thing that he gave on that. And a case number for the case. And then he put Matt on it.
And did it sound like that?
Well, realizing that he'd just been in an accident, rested, his voice was showed some fear and concern, but other than that, it represented him.
So did you think you were actually talking to your grandson?
At this time, yes.
And you and Matt, like how much time did you guys spend together?
Well, several times throughout the year, and we'd see each other occasionally. Around the home areas, and when there would be a family get together or just a evening cookout with some of the family, well, I was always there, and Matt was there.
Did you consider him like family?
Yes, sir.
So much so that if he wanted $12,000, you'd give it to him.
Yes.
So after Matt got on the phone, so this was a different voice, so like a separate person than Joe Cohen, the lawyer. Now we have Matt, your grandson. It seems like two different voices so far.
To me it did.
And after Matt got off the phone, did Joe get back on the phone?
In a little bit, there's breaks between all these conversations, and
Why were there breaks?
because I was told that this was Matt's one and only call, and to stay on the line, and the judge had put a gag order on
The judge had put a gag order.
it. Yes.
And what did you take that to mean?
Not to call anyone or use the phone or talk to anyone about it.
So you stayed on the phone
Yes.
for that first call. And there was that call lasted for some period of time, and then there was a second call, maybe 23 minutes for the first call. And then it looks like a little short time later, at 9:01, Joe called you back. Is that true?
I didn't realize it was another call, but yes, Joe was back on the line just a few minutes after we finished talking to Matt.
And the second call lasts for an hour and a half, 93 minutes. And what's going on during the second call?
Joe explains a little bit more of what the court procedure is and what is going on. That's what he wanted to keep the line open. And he told me that the bond was $24,000, or Matt did, both of them did. And that Matt's case was being investigated by the officials there. A little bit later, he back on the line and says, "Good news for you." And put the judge on. And the judge started talking and asked for Matt's case number, which I gave him. And then I asked Judge Dent just a little bit about it, and I asked for Matt's full name because he just asked for his court number.
So before we get to that, I want to go through the information on State's Exhibit 46 here. When did you write this information down, in what order, and during what calls, if you can recall?
I started at around 8:30 when the lawyer Joe Cohen called. I wrote his name down, and then I wrote a little bit down as...
Did you write his phone number down?
Yes, when he was giving me the first call, he gave his phone number, and I wrote it down on my notepad that I was using.
And then it talks about the case number in the court, Judge Dent.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. He's essentially testifying. He asked the question, what he wrote down, and I believe the witness was in the process of explaining that.
That's fair. Okay. Just go ahead and if you could just point to the jury, because they're going to have this so they can kind of see the information as you're describing it.
All right. Here at around 8:30 in the morning, I got a call. I wrote this Joe Dent down. Here's his phone number that he gave me.
Joe Cohen?
Joe Cohen, yes. And he gave the case number and Judge Dent is going to be the lawyer that represented Matt.
Judge Dent would be the judge?
Yes.
That would be the lawyer.
Judge Dent is the lawyer to represent this case. And that's about all he gave me. And there's a phone number up here.
So then, let's go through. Do you recall what information was provided during the first call and the second call?
Yes,
In other words, do you know what information you wrote down during the first call compared to what information you wrote down during the second call, or is it hard to remember?
that's hard to remember exactly how that come in.
Okay. So what other information did he provide you? Like, where are we supposed to take the money?
I was supposed to bring the money to the courthouse here in Springfield, the bail money. And to start with, it was $24,000. And if Matt didn't get the bail money, Judge Dent is going on vacation and he'd have to stay in jail till around the 7th of April when he got back from.
Was there a place where you're supposed to deliver the money?
To a woman in a black Honda Acura around the courthouse.
And was there an address associated with that?
Yes, there was an address. I do not see it here. Oh, it was 1702 Main Street by the courthouse.
And when did he tell you, did he give a time frame on when you were supposed to do that?
Not at this time.
Did he say when she would be there? Like how many minutes or hours until she was going to be there?
No.
So at that time you're just talking, you say that's the plan?
Yes.
And then keep going. So you're on the phone for 93 minutes. Are you talking during the entire 93 minutes?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I was told to stay on the line. If I got cut off, I call back. There was a break between when Joe gave the information to the characters in this case of a few minutes. Then he come back on and put the judge on. And I asked the judge a few questions. Well, the judge asked for the case number and for Matt. And I asked for Matt's full name. I asked the judge 3 times. I did not get it. The judge hung up on me, or we lost contact. I waited for a return call for 10 or 15 minutes. I didn't get it. During this time is when I tried to call Becky Boysel, Matt's grandmother. Tried to call Mark Tubes, his father, and I tried to call Matt himself, and I did not get any answer from any of them.
I'm going to hand you what's been marked. This is Defense Exhibit A. It's the document that the witness before testified to. To the best of your recollection, were those the calls that you placed on that day?
Yes,
And is Becky's number in your phone?
yes,
Does she have 2 numbers?
yes.
What's is the second one the landline or the cell phone? Do you remember?
The only phone I used at that time to try to call her was the landline. To her cell phone.
It looks to me like you called both numbers, but you don't recall.
No, I thought I dialed it. Because the landline was cut off from the judge's phone. But I wanted to keep that open in case.
Oh, you called from your landline. But when you called Becky, did you call both Becky's numbers?
I just recall the cell phone.
Does she have a landline number as well?
Yes.
And you know that number?
I'd know it if I see it. Is it on here?
Becky testified to it. I don't want you to. Well, does it end in 4901?
Oh, yes.
And can you look in there and see if you see that number on it?
Yes, it's on here.
And did you also call Mark Tubes?
Yes.
What's his phone number?
Two. Nine 937 418 3232.
And did you also try to call Matt Tubes?
Yes,
What's his room?
nine three seven 207 8960.
Jury will have the times in which those calls came in. So while you're on the landline waiting with Joe Cohen, the lawyer, and Matt, your grandson, and Judge Dent, did Judge Dent's voice sound different than Joe's and Matt's?
Yes,
So it seemed to you like you were talking to three different people.
that's right.
Now, you said that after the second call, the judge got on, you asked the judge what Matt's last name was, and what happened?
I didn't get a response from him. I asked him 3 times, and I never got a word out of him, and he hung up, or we lost connection.
And then did you try calling back Joe Cohen sometime later?
Yes, about 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes after the judge didn't call me.
And what happens during that third call? How's it start and what happens?
Joe answered, and I dialed the number that I was given for him. I told him that we lost contact, the judge and I didn't get a return. Joe said, that's all right. I will speak to the judge and see if I can work things out. A little while passed, 5 minutes maybe or 10. And he called back, said, good news. Matt's case has been reviewed and the bond has been dropped to $12,000. Will you do that? I said, yes, I can do that. So he said, I'll talk to the judge and tell him you can do that. Another 5 or 10, 15 minutes passed. It was a longer break. He came back, said the judge said, okay, if you can bring $12,000 and pay the driver of the car, black Honda. She will pay the bondsman. While that's being done, Matt can be released when she gets the pay, and he'll be able to go home.
Did he tell you how quickly he needed that?
Yes, he said you need to be here with the bond money in 30 minutes. And I talked to Joe just a little bit and asked him how this would work. And he said, well, you can pay that in cash, check, or money order. And the judge stipulated cash in a vanilla envelope and put the case number on, which I did. And I left it laying in the kitchen on the table.
Did you tell him if you could get down there within the time frame that he said?
I told Joe that we've talked a little bit here. I cannot, takes a good 30 minutes to get here from my house, that I cannot make that time. Joe said, that's all right, I've sent a driver to meet you. I asked Joe when and where. Joe informed me that she's in my driveway now. And that was a real shock to me. I thought we were going to meet somewhere in between to where we get the money back in 30 minutes. I looked out, had to go to the front of the house, as you all seen on the trip to my house from the driveway. You can't see the end of the driveway. You have to go to that front window in the kitchen. And there sat a black Honda, sat there running with its lights on. And I come back to Joe and he was starting to tell me that he had I had to get the front door, the decoration Christmas tree, and the door unlocked.
How do you know the door, there's something in front of the front door?
Objection, cause for speculation.
Did you give any information as to whether or not there's something in the front door before he asked that?
Hold on a second. Do you object to that revised question?
I would object because it's leading.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection.
Did you give him any information as to your front door?
No,
But he told you, what did he tell you?
he told me to get the damn door open. He was starting to lose his patience with me by now. Get the damn door open, that tree out of the way. And I get the money, put the money where she can get it. I told her I'm trying, but I've fallen and I can't get up. I'm out of breath, breathing real hard. And that was just to try to give me a second or two to collect what's going on.
Sorry, go ahead.
And he said, I don't give a goddamn. You get the door open to where she can come in. Maybe, somebody said maybe to the back side of the house.
And did he put that back on any time?
Yes, after he settles down a little bit, I go ahead, but ask, Matt is with me now. You want to talk to him? I said, yes. Matt made more pleas for help. He seemed to be settled just a little from maybe the first conversation. But it sounded like the same person. And Joe and I and Matt in the first conversation talked about his truck. So I asked him what truck he was driving. Well, first I asked him for his full name. And he went just a little bit blank for a second or two. And come up with Toots or Tibbs or something similar to that. I couldn't make it out real plain. I then asked him what kind of a truck he was driving. He went blank again and came up with a Ford 150 or 350, a Ford pickup truck. Matt does not have a Ford pickup truck. He drives a semi and farms for a living. As we talked in the beginning of this. So I told Matt that he is the wrong person, I don't know him. And he asked a little more while to now I know him and
Keep your voice up, it's starting to fade a little bit, I know it's...
he
Sir, you can pull that microphone a little closer.
You were talking about the pickup truck, and how it wasn't him, you say you didn't,
Yes.
you don't know this guy. And then what happened?
I made a few more little pleas, like why I deserted him in his time of need, and then I don't know him, and I said, "You're the wrong man, I don't know you." And almost within just a few seconds, another man in a real loud, vicious sounding voice started shouting and telling me my time is up.
Bill, I'm going to cut you off there. I want you to use the words that he used. I know that you don't use certain words in the church and all, but I need you to repeat what he said. The jury needs to hear the facts. So just say what, when you're going through it, don't try to clean it up.
Okay. He said, "You motherfucker, you get the door open. I don't give a damn who you are. You're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you. Your family, women's gonna be raped around you. Whoever's close to you will die. You son of a bitch, this is not a game. Your ass is mine. You do exactly as you're told. And I need to get a call from the driver's phone that she has the money, or this is all happening. I know who you are, where you live, how to get there, have drones. Your time is up. If she doesn't give me that call that she got the money, this is going to happen."
Had you ever given him your home address?
No, sir.
Shortly after that tirade, what happens?
The woman came into my house. So I've got 3 people that's been lying to me all morning, figured out. I've got this man in charge, as he introduced himself, just finished making threats on my life, and I was fighting for my life this time.
Did you go to get a gun?
Yes, I did.
Where was it?
It was a .22 pistol.
Where was it?
It was in a desk, just my desk there in the office, about 10 feet from it.
Is the office that first room the jury went into through that back door?
Yes.
And shortly after getting your pistol, what happened?
That's when Miss Hall came, or the woman, the driver came in the door. I didn't hear any knock, any identification given, just the door opened and there was this woman standing there, and I was in a state of shock at that time. She said something I couldn't make out. She finally said, "I'm here to pick up a package." And that's when I drew the pistol and asked for her phone. She just was right inside the house door, backed out onto the sunroom, and kept easing to the wheel floor across the front of the car.
Did you invite her into your house?
No, I did not.
Did you wave her into your house, tell her come on in?
No, sir.
Did you open the door for her and let her in?
No, sir.
Did you think that she may be armed?
I thought she could be carrying. I didn't see it.
Did you think she was alone?
I could not know. I thought there was probably someone with her. When I seen the car at the end of the drive, had black tinted windows from the driver's compartment back. I couldn't tell that people were in there, but
Why did you keep asking her for her phone?
Because the man in charge said he had to have a call from that phone or I would be killed. And the people around.
And why did you not want her to leave?
I didn't care if she left. I had nothing against her. I just needed the phone to protect from the call from the phone to the man in charge to set this in motion.
If she did not give you the phone, reverse that. If she made the call to the man in charge and said he didn't give me the money, what do you think was going to happen?
Well, being as I was out in the country by myself, I didn't figure I was going to survive. I thought I'd be killed either way.
In other words, if you gave her the money, what do you think was going to happen?
She would call the man in charge and I'd be killed by her or assassins or whatever. So there wouldn't be witnesses as I by myself completely.
You had tried calling Matt, Mark, and Becky. Did either of them at any time answer the phone that morning?
No.
How much time passed from when the man in charge said he was going to kill you and everyone around you? There's drones over the top of your house. How long after that conversation was it before this woman walked into your house uninvited?
Just a few seconds. She sat back there at the end of the drive by the road for 20, 30 minutes. Just as this happened, she pulled up to the garage by the house door, and within a minute she was coming in my house after as the threats were being made. She was coming across just like her own time.
Had she given you the phone, what would have you done?
She could have left.
And then what would have you done?
Then I would have had time to try to get a hold of some help. But I had no time from the time that was off the phone.
If you thought that she had the phone and left, who did you think she was going to call?
The man in charge. That's the reason in my mind she wouldn't give the phone. She was in contact with the man in charge.
Before you shot, did you ask her for the phone?
I asked her for the phone from the minute she came in the house.
And when you shot her in the leg, what were you trying to do?
I was trying to get her to give me the phone because I was scared to death at that time that I was going to be killed. And if that phone, she's holding it in her hand the whole time. All she had to do was push the button and the phone call was to the man in charge to kill me.
When the police came, did you inform them there may be drones in the air?
Yes, I did.
Why did you tell them that?
Because I was afraid there were drones in there. Like he said, he had drones above us. He seemed to know what was going on out there.
What was the main emotion that you had from the moment until Ms. Hall walked into your house to the moment you called 911?
That I was more afraid and scared than I've ever been in my life that I was going to be killed.
Do you remember the first shot?
Yes.
After the first shot, did you ask her for a phone again?
Yes.
In your memory, I'm not asking you to testify on what you've seen on the videos, just from your memory. Go through what you remember as far as what happened. Whether it's true or not, just what your memory was.
I remember constantly asking her for the phone. She would not give it to me under any time. She just kept holding it there in her hand. After the first shot, she backed up a little more, and don't know what triggered it, but I shot it at her shoulder. And then we got closer to the vehicle. There was a little scuffle over the door. She got a hold of the door, slammed it into my head, and that's what injured me. I don't remember things from there for a little bit. Next thing I remember, she'd stepped back 4 or 5 steps from me and was standing there looking at me like she was going to charge again. And she didn't. She collapsed instead. She'd been hollering for some help. She wouldn't look at me. She looked at the car like those people in it. There wasn't anyone coming out. Went around after she dropped her phone, and I went around the car and picked up the phone and called 911, my phone. And we got the 911 people. I listened, told that there was a shooting out here, gave them my address, and they came out in 10 or 15 minutes. They started showing up.
You heard on some of this audio video that you were calling for help as well. Was that your voice calling for help?
Yes, I called for help, shouted real loud, and there was no response or nobody came.
When she was calling for help, who do you think she was talking to?
Well, the way she was looking at the car windows, I thought she was calling for help out of the car.
Did you ever met Miss Hall before?
No, sir.
March 25th, 2024, at 8 in the morning. Were you just trying to eat breakfast?
Ask that again.
Were you just trying to eat breakfast?
No, I was trying to get a formula together to spread fertilizer, and I just fixed a bowl. I just poured a bowl of cereal. I hadn't started eating yet.
Do you have any idea that the day was going to turn out the way it did?
Hell no.
Other than trying to get the phone from Miss Hall to keep you from being killed, did you have any other reason why you were trying to follow her with a gun and shoot at her? Is that the only reason?
I was full of fear for my life, and I was needing to have that fun to stop me from being murdered.
Is that the only reason why you did what you did on that day?
Yes.
Have you spent a night in that house since this all happened?
No.
Why not?
Fear for my life.
Thank you, sir.
Brock, I'm going to walk you back through some of your testimony. Been at the same house since 1960s, is that correct?
Yes,
Lived there with your wife and then remained there after her passing.
yes,
And I'm sorry for your loss.
thank you.
The house faces the road, is that correct?
Yes,
All right. And there's a front door that you can't access, is that correct?
it's been locked most of the time.
Okay. And there's a tree up there, so you can't even get up on the porch if you wanted to, is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. So how do you access your house?
Through the way the jury came in.
Okay. And there's like a breezeway door, is that a fair statement? Or a patio door?
We call it sunroom door.
Sunroom door? Okay. And so you come into the sunroom, and then there's a door that actually goes interior of the house. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. That's really the only ways to get in and out of that residence.
yes,
Okay. And that morning, you receive a call from someone who appears to be an attorney or holds themselves out as an attorney, right?
yes,
And they give you a number of details about an accident that occurred, correct?
yes,
All right. And you walked us through a number of those, right? That there was a truck, there was at Crossroads in South Charleston, right across from the shoemakers and the bank, and the truck was heading southbound. I think those were some of the details that you gave us, right?
yes,
You remember all those details quite clearly.
yes,
And at some point, there's a second voice that comes on and identifies themselves as the judge, right?
yes,
And maybe even a third voice that says he's Matt.
Matt spoke before the judge.
Okay, all right, thank you for correcting that. I appreciate that. I want to make sure we get the facts right. You never saw those people, right?
That's right,
You just heard the voices?
right,
Okay, so it could have been one person, it could have been two, it could have been three. You don't know that for certain, right?
that's right,
The voices sounded different, but it could have been someone disguising their voice.
possible.
Okay, all right. You've known Matt for 10 years or so, right?
Yeah, more like 20.
Okay, so you knew him well before even the time where you and Miss Boycel started a relationship.
That's right,
Okay. And you were aware even then that he was Miss Boycel's grandson.
yes,
Do you have other siblings?
I got a brother and two brothers. One just passed away this past week.
I heard that, and my sympathies are to you and your family for that. Do either of them have sons?
Yes,
Are they nephews? Do you have nephews?
yes, they do have a nephew.
Okay. Are any of them named Matt?
No,
Do you ever refer to Matt, Miss Boyce's grandson, as your nephew?
yeah, from time to time.
You call him your grandson, you call him your nephew.
I don't hardly ever call him, I don't think I call him his nephew.
You don't think you call him a nephew?
I don't normally call him that.
You wouldn't think of him as that, right?
Ask that again, sir.
You wouldn't think of him as your nephew, right?
No, not
No.
particularly.
You may think of him as a grandson because he's Becky's grandson.
That's right.
All right. And they only give you the name Matt. They don't give you a last name or any other kind of identifying stuff, right?
Not till later in the testimony.
In that first conversation, it's pleasant,
Yes,
okay? And you're not on the phone all the time, right? They're on and off.
yes,
The times they put you on hold for a while, kind of leave you hanging there so that they can bring someone else into the conversation.
that's right.
All right. That second call, that's the long one, right?
I didn't even realize there was 2 different calls
Okay.
at that time.
All right, because they happened back to back?
Yes, just
All right.
a couple, well, just like was on hold and the phone record showed there was a second call.
Sure, sure. And that second call, that's really kind of the same thing. It's a very pleasant call.
To start, yes,
They're talking to you about the bond requirements, right?
yes,
And that they need so much money.
yes.
How much? Is it 24,000?
That was the first quote,
Okay,
and after the case was reviewed, it was dropped to 12.
okay. So I'm guessing there was some kind of conversation with, well, it's going to be $24,000. You said, that's a lot of money. They reviewed it, came back. You got the discounted rate because they reviewed the case, right?
If I brought it
In a unmarked or a inconspicuous envelope, right?
yes,
Okay.
all in cash.
Yeah. And you had to bring it to the courthouse.
That was the first instruction.
Okay, okay. Was your understanding that it was the courthouse here in town?
Yes.
This courthouse?
Well, there was this address of 1702, that's a parking lot around the courthouse.
Okay.
I wasn't familiar with it, but said went to the courthouse there.
Sure, sure. And they give you an address in Springfield, you assume that that's the courthouse address.
Yes,
That's fair. At some point, though, you asked the judge for Matt's full name.
yes,
Matter of fact, you do it on 3 different occasions.
yes,
Yep. And he never gives it to you.
that's right.
That kind of rings a bell with you, doesn't it?
Yes,
I mean, I don't know, I would say spidey sense tingling. It kind of alerts you that maybe something's not right here.
well, when he hung up and wouldn't give a name, that was the blowing of the case to me.
Yeah, and you're concerned enough about this that during these breaks, you pick up your cell phone and you try and call Becky.
That's, yes,
And you try and call Matt.
yes,
And you try and call Mark.
yes,
And you try and confirm whether this is true.
to see if he's all right.
Right. Well, and you're not sure you believe this, right?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have Mark and Matt's numbers in your phone, programmed in your phone?
yes, I don't use the dial to get them, they're programmed in.
They're programmed in?
They're programmed in.
Okay.
There's about,
I just wondered because Becky's number popped up as Becky, theirs showed as unknown, so I didn't know if it was in your phone.
yes,
They're programmed in, so all you have to do is figure out it's like number 6 or something.
yes, or a name by it.
Okay. There's a name by it?
Sometimes, some of the numbers.
In this third call, right, that's when the heat starts to get turned up,
Yes,
correct?
yes,
Okay. At that point, you say, I can come up with the money. But they say the time limit, I can't get there in that amount of time. That's what you tell them, right?
that's right.
That's what you testified to? And they say, don't worry about it. We've arranged for a courier to come pick up the money.
Yes, or to meet me,
Or what's that?
to meet me instead of pick up. Meet me to pay her.
Well, when you tell them, and I want to make sure we're clear here, when you tell them that you can't make it to the courthouse in a half an hour, didn't you testify that they said, it's all right, we've arranged for the courier to come to you, to come to your
Yes,
house?
that's right.
Right. So prior to that, if the car was in the driveway, you have no idea.
That's right.
Okay. And at that point, you look out the window and you see that car.
Yes.
Where's the car parked at that point?
At the end of the driveway next to the road.
Okay. So the car is facing
In.
your house, right?
Yes.
The front of the car is in clear view from where you're at there?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not pulled up against the garage, right?
Right.
It's parked back.
It is.
Okay. And at that point, you are pretty certain that this is a scam, right?
Yes, I've decided that Matt is not my man at that time.
Okay. And you actually confront them on the phone. Actually, before that, you're so convinced that you tell them, I've fallen and I can't get up,
Yeah.
right? I'm out of breath,
Yes.
to buy yourself some time.
Yes.
Okay. And during that period, who did you call?
I tried to call Becky again.
Tried to call Becky again. Did you call anybody else?
I think I tried to call her twice.
Did you call the sheriff's department?
Well, in my mind, I thought I tried, and that's where I got my cell phone all screwed up.
Okay, well, hold on. You had a chance to testify. You didn't testify earlier that you tried to call 911. Are you telling us now that you tried to call 911 at that point?
I don't remember for sure.
Okay. All right. And at some point, the tone changes, right? I'm the man in charge.
Yes.
That's what they tell you.
Yes.
And he starts to threaten you.
Yes.
Okay. And when he starts to threaten you, what do you do at that point? Can you walk us through that?
That's when I picked my gun.
Okay.
I just gotten off the phone or still talking to Matt, making his plea with Lawyer Joe there in the background. Sounded like second person anyway. Matt had just told me the wrong name and the wrong truck, and I told him that you are not the Matt that I know. And just a few seconds into that, here come this man in charge. And as he made the threats and used the cussing and stuff that if I have to, sir, I'll repeat the words again that you got them on the record.
You're fine.
Thank you. And just as he finishes his threats, tells about knowing how to get to my house, he had the drones and stuff that I was going to be killed. My thoughts was, I'm dead anyway, whether I pay the money or not. And she pulls up just right on cue, coming in the door as he finished the threats. And I just got off from the lawyer and the big Matt lying to me about who they were. So I was in a
I
mental state.
want to I apologize. I thought you were finished. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I said I was in a messed up state at that time that I was going to be killed, and she come in and just, the only thing I understood her say was she was here to pick up our package.
Okay. So let's go back through that a little bit. Is it your testimony that he starts to threaten you? You go and get your gun,
Yes.
right?
And then she comes in.
Okay. And then she comes into your house.
Just after he made the threat, he was just finished making the threats when she came in.
Okay. So you have the gun and the phone, right? Because you've got the gun and he's just finished making his threats. And then she walks in which door?
The door the jury came in.
They came in two doors, didn't they? They came in through the sunroom door?
Yes.
And then they came into the house door.
That's right.
Which door does she come in?
The sunroom door.
Okay. So she never enters the interior of your house, is that
She
correct?
came through the second door and said she was here.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I want to stop because I want to go back. Okay? Okay. So, it's your testimony today that you're getting your gun, yes?
Yes.
And you're on the phone with the man in charge, yes?
Yes.
At the same time? Okay. And where's the gun located?
In my desk in the office.
Okay.
About 10 feet from me.
Okay. Where do the office windows look?
They look to the back fields of it.
To the back fields.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see the sunroom window from the office?
Yes.
You can? Okay. And are you watching at the window there?
No, not really.
Okay. So you don't see her actually come through the sunroom door. Is that correct?
I hear it open and shut, and she's there.
Okay. But you don't see her.
That's right.
Okay. And then is your testimony today that she comes into the interior of your house?
Yeah, she opened the office door and stormed the door and stepped right up on the threshold.
Okay. And she doesn't knock?
Will not make any effort to be heard.
Okay. That's your testimony today?
And no ID.
Okay. Mr. Brock, I want to walk you through a couple of pieces of video, and I apologize, Tony, this is live, so I need your password.
Sure, take your time.
We'll call it 078. Mr. Brock, I'm going to play a part of this clip, and I want to ask you some questions about it, okay?
Could you turn it just a little more so the ground?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Turn it just a little bit more so you can see it there.
Yeah, that's
Nice to see that. see yourself in there?
Yes.
Okay. And do you see Detective Cruz? She's the one in the red shirt. I apologize, I just moved it from that spot. Did you see Detective Cruz? She was the detective wearing a red shirt who was speaking with you. She's not in this picture now. I can replay the clip for you. Okay? I'm going to do that. Apologize, I want to make sure I have the spot here. We're going to start at 2133.
Okay, so you might have to go in there and look and see what guns out?
Jake's got the one right there. Jake's got the gun.
Oh, he does it?
You don't? Oh.
Okay, do you mind if I go in there and just look for the gun and everything?
Yeah, I let them close hand. First. Citizen, how are you?
In the house, or all that in the house? No, that's all I need to know. I'm not actually just wondering. Okay.
Okay. Were you able to hear that clip?
Yes.
Okay. In that clip, Detective Cruz asked you, she says, this all happened outside the house. And you say, yes, it all happened outside.
The shooting did.
When she asked you that, you didn't tell her she came into my house?
I just had my head busted open from.
Sir, I just asked if you
the
told,
I don't.
I just asked if you told the detective.
I do not remember.
Okay. If I play the 911 call, tell the 911 operator that someone came into your house. I can play the 911 call if you'd like.
I didn't mention it on it, I'm sure.
Okay. Do you recall, I'm going to stop that. Do you recall a phone call that you made, I believe, to your brother at the hospital?
To my brother.
Or a call while you were being treated in the hospital? There's a phone call that was made. Do you recall that phone call that you made from the
No, I
hospital?
don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Okay. We'll come back to that. Apologize. We may. No, I asked for it.
What's that?
I asked for it. Let me see. We'll try it. Testament at this point is she comes into your house and you meet her in the doorway with a pistol. Is that correct?
Not until I didn't have the pistol in view until she told me she was there to pick up a package.
So you have the pistol on your person, right?
I had it in my hand behind my back.
So you walk out, phone in one hand, pistol behind your back?
Something like that, yes.
Okay. And she says, I'm here for the package.
That was the trigger.
Okay. And I'm guessing that you take it that the package she wants is the money.
Yes.
Right? Does she threaten you when she's there?
Yes.
She threatens you there.
In her being in my house.
Oh, I will.
Walking in. That,
Okay. Does she say anything threatening to you?
Not that I could understand. She was mumbling about something, but I couldn't make it out.
Okay. And did you notice any weapons on her?
No,
Okay.
other than that phone.
All right. She didn't have a gun in her hand?
She did not have a gun in her hand.
Okay. And when she sees you're there, she says, "Can I have the package?" Right?
Yes.
And what's your response?
Give me your phone.
All right. And it is at that point that you produce the firearm?
Yes.
All right. So now you've got her at gunpoint, right?
Yes.
All right. Explain to the jury, what is her reaction when you pull a gun on her?
She just tries back out of the house.
She tries what?
She just backs out of the house.
So at that point, she backs away, right?
I don't know if she had her hands up.
Okay. She backs away this way?
No, something in between, yes.
Does she do it in a threatening manner?
She's a threat to me all from the beginning.
All right. She then backs out through the sunroom door,
Yes.
and you continue to ask for her phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Does she verbally threaten you at all as she backs out through that door?
I don't remember saying it, her saying anything, just backing out this time.
Okay. She still has that phone in her hand.
Yes.
Does she have anything else in her hand?
Sunglasses, maybe.
She has sunglasses in her hand. All right. Mr. Brock, I'm going to play some portions of this clip, and I want to talk to you about it, okay, as we go. Start with that 550 mark. All right. Were you able to see that clip?
Yeah.
All right. When this all comes out, she's got her hands up, doesn't she?
Looked to me like the one's partway up and one on
All right.
down by her side, wasn't it?
No weapons in there, is there?
That kill phone,
Is that a weapon?
it is, if she pushes the button, that's when I die.
All right. We'll talk about that. Other than the phone, does she have any other weapons with her?
Not that I can see.
Okay. Indicate to you that she had weapons? You agree with me, she never does that, right?
I killed him, not going to admit he's got a weapon.
All right. I think that's logical, but I'm asking you the question. Does she say, hey, I've got a gun?
She didn't know.
She does not tell you, hey, I've got a bomb in my car.
Well, I used something reasonable.
I don't know what's reasonable. That's why I'm asking the question.
I don't know either at this stage.
Okay. But other than the phone, you don't see any other weapons.
That's right.
And she never threatens you that she has it.
No.
Okay. So, if I go back just a little bit, Miss Hall, is she taller than you or shorter?
She's shorter than mine.
Okay. Is she athletic built or is she obese?
She's heavy.
She's heavy, right? She walks with a pretty significant limp, doesn't she?
I didn't notice that at the time.
Didn't notice that. All right. She appeared to be in her 20s, 30s, older.
I would say it looked to be in her 50s or 60s, about
Okay.
20 years younger.
So before you at that point is a 50-year-old to 60-year-old female who's heavy set, not athletic, who has a pronounced limp. And you've not seen any kind of weapon. You've not been threatened with any kind of weapon from this hall at all, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, when you come out in that video, you can see that she starts to go to her car and you cut between them. Is that right? Do you want me to play the video again?
It shows on the video.
I mean,
I didn't realize it at the time.
okay, but you do it, right? You cut her off.
Well, I was in a state of shock at that time. I do not remember.
I understand. I'm asking you what actually happened.
And I'm telling you, I was in a state of shock. I don't remember where I was at right
So you don't remember any of that?
I remember both working towards the car.
Okay. You remember all the details of her coming into your house, all the details of the call that came in, all the details from the man, but now you don't remember the details. That's the testimony we're going to have today. Is that correct?